Hey there, welcome. Right now, you're hovering. You're in that strange, thin space between being a person with a name, a job, and a to-do list, and becoming something else entirely. You're about to lose your grip on the physical world. In a few minutes, your bedroom walls will dissolve. The laws of gravity will stop applying to you. You will see people who haven't existed for decades, and you will feel emotions that have no name in the waking world. We call it going to sleep, but that's a boring name for a biological miracle. What's actually happening is a hostile takeover. Your brain is a massive, high-speed computer. All day, the front office, the part of you that does math, remembers where you parked, and worries about the future, has been in charge. But that office is exhausted. It's cluttered with thousands of tiny, useless files. To save your life, your brain has to fire the CEO. It has to lock the doors, turn off the lights, and let the midnight architect take over. Tonight, we aren't just drifting off. We are going on a guided tour of the most complex factory in the known universe. We're going to look at the cleaning crew that washes your soul, the librarian who decides who you are, and the director who puts on a private, 5-star movie every single night, just for you. Buckle up. The lights are dimming. The show is about to begin. Let's look at the first click. Deep in the center of your head, there is a tiny, pine-cone-shaped gland called the pineal gland. For 14 hours, it's been quiet, tucked away in the shadows of your skull. But as the blue light of the day fades into the warm amber of evening, it starts to leak a chemical called melatonin. Now, most people think melatonin is a sleep drug. It's not. It's a starter pistol. It's the signal to every cell in your body that the daytime operating system is crashing. It tells your heart to slow its rhythm, moving from a frantic pace to a steady, oceanic pulse. Your core temperature begins to fall by exactly 2 degrees. Why 2 degrees? Because your brain is like a high-end server. It needs to be cool to run its high-performance nighttime programs. If your brain stays too warm, the architect can't start the renovation. But there's a catch. Your brain can't start the dream engine while you're still connected to your arms and legs. Imagine if you dreamed of running and your legs actually started sprinting in bed. You'd be dead in a week. So, your brainstem releases a chemical kill switch called autonia. In 1 split second, you are paralyzed. You are a statue. You are a ghost trapped in a heavy, breathing machine. This is the body snatcher at work, the safety lock on the car lift. You might feel a heavy sensation, like you're sinking into the mattress. That isn't just relaxation, it's the architect ensuring you're safely pinned down so the real work can begin. While you're starting to see those first flashes of color behind your eyelids, those strange shapes called phosphenes that don't quite make sense, a massive physical cleaning is starting. Your brain is the only organ in your body that doesn't have a normal sewer system. Everywhere else, the lymphatic system carries away the trash. But the brain is a sealed vault. All day long, your thoughts, the very act of thinking, have been creating molecular trash. It's a sticky, toxic protein called beta amyloid. If you don't get rid of it, it builds up like plaque on teeth. It makes you slow. It makes you angry. It makes you forgetful. So, the architect turns on the midnight tide. This is the glymphatic system. Your brain cells actually shrink, physically pulling away from each other to open up wide, dark canyons that don't exist during the day. Then, a clear fluid called cerebrospinal fluid pulses through your skull. It's a high-pressure power wash, scrubbing the daylight rot off your neurons and flushing it into your body to be destroyed. This is why you feel light when you wake up after a perfect rest. You aren't just rested, you are literally clean. You have a new brain every single morning. But the catch? The cleaning crew only works during the deep, silent hours. If you wake up too early, or if your sleep is shallow, the hoses are turned off halfway through. You're walking around with yesterday's filth still clogging your gears. The cleaning crew has finished the heavy lifting. Your brain is scrubbed, the trash is being flushed away, and the cooling system has dropped your temperature to its lowest point. Now, the quietest and most important employee in your mind punches in for work, the librarian. Think about everything you did today. You saw thousands of images, the faces of strangers, the color of a passing car, the font on a billboard. You heard snippets of songs. You noticed the smell of coffee. During the day, your brain doesn't have time to file all of this. It puts everything into a temporary loading dock called the hippocampus. The hippocampus is a small, curved structure deep in your brain that acts like a short-term clipboard. It's a messy, overflowing pile of post-it notes from your day. But the loading dock is tiny. It has very limited space. If you don't clear it out tonight, you won't be able to learn anything new tomorrow. You'll be full. This is where the librarian starts picking up those notes and asks a brutal question: is this worth keeping? Dreaming isn't just about remembering, it's mostly about forgetting. The librarian looks at the color of the car that passed you at noon. Delete. It looks at the random ad you saw on your phone for 3 seconds. Delete. It looks at the exact phrasing of a boring weather report. Delete. If your brain didn't delete 99% of your day, your mind would become a hoarder's nest. You wouldn't be able to think because you'd be drowning in useless data. Sleep is the only time your brain has the authority to throw things away. But then, the librarian finds something important. A new skill you practiced. A conversation with someone you love. A fact you need for a project. The librarian doesn't just leave those on the clipboard. It begins a process called consolidation. It takes that post-it note and begins to rewrite it into the cortex, the massive, permanent library of your long-term memory. It's moving the data from the temporary USB drive to the permanent hard drive. And here is the beautiful, human part: while it's rewriting that memory, it's also connecting it. It's looking for other books in the library that look similar. It asks, does this new feeling of success feel like the time we won that award in 5th grade? Does this new person we met remind us of our grandfather? This is why your dreams are so weird. You aren't seeing things, you are watching the librarian carry a book from one shelf to another and accidentally bumping into old memories along the way. A dream is just a leak in the filing system. We've scrubbed the brain clean and the librarian has filed the facts. But there is a different kind of memory that is much heavier than facts. We call these emotional memories. These are the stings, the anxiety of a deadline, the grief of a loss, the spark of a new crush. These aren't just data points, they are electric. They are hot. If you kept every emotion you felt today at its full intensity, your heart would give out in a week. You'd be walking around in a permanent state of panic. Around the 90-minute mark, the architect calls in the specialist. The director turns on the lights in the amygdala, the ancient, almond-shaped alarm system of your brain. This is the part of you that feels fear, rage, and passion. During the day, it's reactive. But at night, it's the lead actor in the dream theater. And then, the architect does something miraculous. It completely shuts off the supply of noradrenaline. Noradrenaline is the stress chemical. It's the stuff that makes your palms sweat and your chest tighten when you're nervous. This is the only time in your entire life, from birth to death, that your brain is completely free of stress chemicals. You are in a safe room. Now, the surgery begins. Because there is no stress chemical in your system, the architect can replay your most painful memories in a neutral environment. Think of a dream like a controlled burn. Let's say you had a massive argument with someone today. The memory is hot. Every time you think about it, your heart rate goes up. While you're in REM sleep, your brain replays that argument. It shows you the face of the person. It plays back the words. But because the stress chemical is turned off, you don't feel the physical panic. You are watching the trauma without feeling the trauma. This is emotional cauterization. Just like a surgeon uses heat to seal a wound so it stops bleeding, your brain uses dreams to seal your emotions. It's stripping the emotional skin off the memory, turning a painful experience into a neutral fact. This is why, when you wake up after a long night, that argument from yesterday doesn't feel as sharp. The sting is gone. You've been healed in the dark. What about nightmares? They aren't glitches. A nightmare is actually the final exam. Sometimes, a memory is so hot or so scary that the librarian can't file it away safely. So, the architect builds a simulation. It puts you in a scenario that feels terrifying, falling, being chased, being unprepared. It's testing your emotional resilience. It's asking, can you handle this feeling? When you have a recurring nightmare, it's usually because your brain hasn't finished the surgery yet. It's still trying to cauterize that specific fear. It's not trying to scare you, It's trying to desensitize you. The facts are filed and the wounds are healed, but now the architect decides to have some fun. We enter the most mysterious phase of the night, the creative glitch. During the day, your brain is a strict rule follower. If you see a chair, your brain says, that is for sitting. Your logic CEO keeps your world in neat, boring boxes. But right now, the CEO is asleep. The lights in the reasoning center are off. This is when your brain starts making illegal connections. Think about a dream where you were flying, or where your childhood home had a room that doesn't exist. Your brain is stress testing your imagination. It's taking a piece of information from today and rubbing it against a memory from 20 years ago to see if they spark. It asks, what happens if we combine the way a flower grows with the structure of a building? This glitch is actually the secret to human genius. The scientist who discovered the structure of DNA saw it in a dream as two intertwining snakes. The man who wrote the melody for Yesterday woke up with the tune fully formed. Their logic office was too stiff to see the answer during the day. They needed the architect to break the rules. When you dream of something weird, don't ignore it. Your brain is trying to find a shortcut. It's playing what if with the laws of physics. While your mind is busy rewriting the laws of gravity, your physical body is undergoing a total overhaul. Since you aren't moving, your brain diverts every drop of energy toward your internal repair shop. Deep in your brain, a signal is sent to the pituitary gland. It's time for the HGH spike. During the day, human growth hormone is a slow trickle. But at 3 a.m., it becomes a waterfall. This is the master mechanic. It rushes through your blood, searching for damage. It finds the tiny tears in your muscles from your workout and starts stitching them together. It finds the skin cells damaged by the sun and rebuilds the collagen. This is why beauty sleep is a physical reality. Your skin literally cannot rebuild itself while you are awake and moving. But the mechanic doesn't stop at the surface. Your immune system is currently at war college. Your white blood cells are taking samples of every germ and virus you touch today. They are studying them under the microscope of your bone marrow. They are building custom weapons, antibodies, to fight them off tomorrow. While you dream, your body is building a literal army. If you cut this part of the night short, you are sending an untrained, exhausted army into battle. We are approaching the final hour. The midnight tide is receding. The librarian returns for the final sort, deciding what gets the priority stamp. Your brain prioritizes memories based on importance. It looks for lessons. If you are learning a new language today, the librarian is currently thickening the wires in your brain associated with that skill. It's like adding extra lanes to a highway so the traffic can move faster tomorrow. You are literally a more capable human being today than you were yesterday, simply because you allowed the librarian to finish their shift. The sun hasn't hit your window yet, but your brain already knows the handover is coming. The body snatcher signal is withdrawn. You might feel a twitch in your foot as the wires reconnect. Suddenly, your adrenal glands receive the ignition switch signal. They release a sharp spike of cortisol. This isn't stress cortisol, it's launch cortisol. It's the spark that turns the engine over. Your heart rate and temperature climb. The CEO walks back into the office. The first thing the CEO does is hit delete on the dream files. It's a safety protocol so you don't confuse the dream world with the real world. This is why your dreams vanish like smoke. But even if you forget the dream, the work is done. The trash is gone. The wounds are healed. The wiring is updated. The army is trained. You aren't just waking up. You're being relaunched. Every cell in your body is slightly better than it was when you lay down. The night didn't just pass. It saved your life. Now, go out there and use the new brain the architect built for you. So, as the librarian closes the final book and the night shift settles into their work, it's time for you to let go. Your brain is in good hands. The architect is ready, the cleaning tide is rising, and the movies are about to begin. You've done enough for today. Now, let the night do its work for you. Rest deeply, knowing that your mind is being washed, your heart is being healed, and your story is being rewritten for a better tomorrow. I'll be right here waiting for you the next time the sun goes down and the world goes quiet. We'll walk through the shadows together again every single night until the morning finds you new. Sleep well. I'll see you in the quiet hours.